YouTube family, what's good? It's your boy Mr. CEO's Logistics on Instagram, CEO's Trucking on YouTube. Follow me, like, subscribe, share, and all that bullshit. Know what I mean? Let's get into it. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful weekend. You haven't seen me on here for a little bit, but you know, life is life, and I always say, man, being a content creator is not easy, especially being a full-time content creator, right? You got ups and downs, you got slow periods or dry periods, whatever you want to call it, and you just got to keep going, right? No matter what. But everybody needs time away from the camera, time away from the everyday. You need that getaway as well, right? So nothing wrong with that. So as you can see from the title of this video, it's truck parking. Where do you park your truck? How much does it cost to park your truck? And so on. So that's what we're going to be discussing. But let me tell you, I'm celebrating 2 anniversaries. You're asking 2? Yeah, celebrating 2. I'm celebrating my 21st anniversary being married to my wife. It's been amazing. I just got back from vacation. We went to St. Lucia. I'll insert a little bit of B-roll to show you guys where we stayed. It was amazing. If you guys never been to St. Lucia, check it out, man. It was good. Second anniversary is August 4th is the 2 years that I've had my truck wrapped. And it popped up on my feed on Facebook. I was scrolling and then it showed 2 years ago I put out a message on Facebook saying I need to get my truck wrapped, blah blah blah, who's interested? And then a week later somebody hit me up and wrapped the truck, and it's been 2 years since that truck's been wrapped and I've been getting paid. So we'll talk about that as well a little bit more in the video. So where do you park your truck? A lot of people have, they park it at a place called the yard. That's what they call where you put your trucks, the compound, or if you have space on your property wherever you live, maybe that's where you also park your truck. Before you even think about buying a truck, well, you know you want to buy a truck because you want to get into the trucking industry. Start looking right away to see where you can park this truck on a daily. So for me now, when I was buying the truck, I was driving for my brother-in-law at the time, and I told one of the vendors where I'm picking up, I was like, hey, I'm buying a truck in a week or so. Do you have any parking that I can park? And he goes, yeah, you know, you can park right in front of the store. And anybody asks, just say that you work for us. So I was like, cool, no problem. Jumped on that. That went great. And as I started driving there, picking up the truck, I was like, okay, you know, it's a little out of my way for me to get there. So I started looking around, and then I told you guys I found this another vendor named Gord, where he said, hey, do you have anywhere to park? I go, oh, not really. He goes, hey, you can park right here. So I'll insert the clip of where it is. So he says, hey, you can park here, location in Mississauga, which was perfect for me. So I started parking there, parked there for about 2.5, 3 years. I think it was 3 years I parked there for, if my mind's serving me correctly. 3 years I parked it for. Then he finally sold that unit, and he's like, hey, Shane, I'm selling the unit. I got a place in Hamilton that you can park. And I said, oh man, I appreciate that, but unfortunately, it'll be too far to park out there and then to drive back to Mississauga. This is where most of my business is. This is the hub of where the business is. So he goes, you know what? I have a friend down the street. Let's go down there and talk to him. So I went down the street. Literally, I'm talking like, I shouldn't even say down the street. I went maybe the next building over, and I'm gonna insert the clip of that too. So I went the other building over. He introduced me to the person. I parked there. It was for free. Once again, so I'm on a good little path of freeness, right? So I'm doing that now, and in a couple videos, if you guys haven't heard about it, but I talked about getting my truck washed, and there was always a lot of bird shit. The next door people were feeding the birds daily. So birds were going up underneath the hood at night, I guess because it was cooler, and they were just sleeping there, eating there, and just shitting all over my engine. My whole entire engine was always full of shit. So I did about a year of that, and I had enough. And I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can get some other parking somewhere else and stop this bird shitting that I'm witnessing every day. So I talked to a company that I was doing delivery for. I said, hey, do you have parking that I can park at? He goes, yeah, you know what? You can park at our second building, which is down the street. And this is literally 7 minutes from where I'm already parking at. So I'll insert the clip of that parking space too. So I parked there for about maybe 4 months. 4 months goes by, things are good, and it's free. 4 months go by, things are going good. The company sells the building. They sell the building, and as they sell the building, I'm still parking there anyway, right? So I'm parking there, and then the people that I have the truck wrapped for, one day they send me, they say, hey Shane, we got an email from, I guess, wherever you're parking in Mississauga, and they said if you park there one more night, they're gonna tow your vehicle. Can you please remove your vehicle from this parking space? So I was like, damn, now I really gotta start looking around. So I moved the vehicle and I moved it across the street. So I'm just going around in this little area and I'm hopping places. So I park it across the street until I can try and find somewhere else to park. So as I'm driving around now in the Mississauga area, I see truck stops or truck parking lots. So I start calling numbers, and the guy's like, oh, you know, monthly is 500. I'm like, 500 to park a month? That's more than insurance of what I'm paying. I can't do that. Then he calls me back the same day and he's like, hey brother, if you want to do cash, I can do 300. I'm like, nah man, you're good. Because next thing you know, I'm paying you cash and my truck gets towed out of this yard because I don't have a receipt and I'm not even probably supposed to be there. You're probably pocketing money off of me. So I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. So I drive around some more, find another parking lot. A guy tells me $450 a month, and I'm like, wow, you guys really pay all this kind of money for parking? This is insane. You gotta factor in your fuel, you gotta factor in your your truck payment if you have one, then you gotta factor in your insurance. All these things adds up monthly. So I'm like, this is wild, man. So I'm like, no, it's okay. So I get a notice now. So the people where I have the truck wrap called me again. They're like, hey Shane, wherever you're parking at, they said one more night you're gonna tow your truck. So I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So I got up early in the morning, and I left. I got the truck and I started to drive around. So I reached my original area of where I parked in Mississauga, and I just started knocking on doors. Don't be afraid to do this, man. You gotta canvas and you gotta put in the work. I started knocking on doors in the area. Hey, I have a truck. Do you have any parking spot available? I don't mind doing some work for you guys as well. We can work out some pricing, give you a discount, right? So have a budget in your mind, yes, because not everywhere is free, and I understand that. I have been lucky with getting the free parking spots. So I knocked on a few doors, and some people told me no. Some people didn't even answer their door. So I knocked on my last door in the area. I said, hey, I got a truck. He asked me what the size is. I told him I used to park up a couple doors down from you. He asked me how much did I used to pay. I said I used to pay nothing. I used to park for free. And he goes, you know what? I don't think there should be a problem. You can park outside of this unit. I said, yeah, okay. I said, if anything happens, if you want some money from me for the month or whatever, just let me know, right? He goes, oh, don't worry about it. You can park here for free. I've been parking there for free for the last 5 months now. It's been amazing. Parking there for free, no hassles, no headaches, no nothing. No one's leaving a note on my truck. No one's telling me I gotta move. And it's like, blessings come in different ways, man. I never wanted to pay for parking. I never ever wanted to pay for parking because, as I said, it adds on to your monthly bill. Some of you guys have to, and that's okay. But know your limit and know what it is that you're spending your money on. $500 is ridiculous, man. That's just ridiculous. But that gives me the light goes off in my head where it's like, okay, it's gonna cost this much to park. Shit, let me see if I can own a parking lot, lower the fee a little bit, and yo, next thing you know, I'm rolling in money, right? But yeah, man, so it's just my advice to you guys. Look where you want to park. And for you guys that already have a truck, don't be afraid to look at your bill wherever you're parking at and say, can I get less? Can I find somewhere for free? Knock on people's doors, man. Put that work in. Canvass your area. Put the work in. Free parking is great. Just make sure it's in the right neighborhood though, where they're not siphoning your gas or breaking into your vehicle and stuff like that. Because I have a few friends that they pay to park their trucks in a gated community, but yet their windows still smash. They pop the lock off of their roll-up doors to try and get into their vehicle to take whatever they have. So know the area that you're also in, man. It's very important. So with that being said, it wasn't too much of a long vlog, but try find parking that's suitable for you before you even get into the trucking game, man. Regardless if it's a semi or a box truck or whatever type of vehicle that you're driving, try find parking. It's very important. And let me jump back into what I was telling you earlier about truck wrapping. Guys, I had this truck and it was maybe, I was a year in. And I went to this barbecue in the summer and I was talking to a bunch of truck guys there, and I said, you know what, I'm tired of driving around a plain white truck, man. Let me see if I can get this truck wrapped and someone can pay me. The truck wrapping industry is huge. If you can find a company, regardless if it's a startup company or if it's a company that wants to, that's already established, knock on some doors, send some emails. Everybody has a budget, especially, everybody has a budget, especially a budget for advertising, a marketing campaign budget. These companies have it. So if you knock on the right door, you can get anywhere from, let's say, $150 a month to $5 to $1,000 is what you can get a month for having somebody wrap your truck, because you're now a billboard on wheels. You're driving everywhere. People are seeing that brand that they're advertising. So that's what I did. I was with this group, and I was talking to them. I said, yo, I need to get my truck wrapped. I'm tired of driving a white truck. So I put it out on Facebook. I said, you know, I have a 26-foot box truck. I drive all over Ontario. Is somebody willing to wrap the truck for advertising? Company called me, got the truck wrapped a week later, and they paid me monthly for that. So for all you guys that are driving around there with a white plain truck, stop it. Stop it. I'm telling you. Have somebody wrap that truck with their logo on it for advertising, because now that money could offset your insurance, offset your fuel, give you some pocket money. Whatever you want to do, man. Whatever you want to do with that money. But have somebody wrap your truck. I don't care if you're driving a cube van, box truck, anything. Get a company out there to wrap that truck. Companies have the budget for it. Remember, they wrap buses. They wrap elevator doors in buildings. They give you the little screen, and you got to pay for those advertising. So why not have advertising on wheels, man? Come on. It's not rocket science. This is free game I'm giving you. Stop driving a plain white truck. Get it wrapped. That's the last time I'm going to tell you guys. Get it wrapped. If you need any more information on how to go about it, send me a message on Instagram, CEOs_logistics. Send me a message with truck wrapping, and I'll help you get your truck wrapped and make some money. And you know what? It's free game. I'm not even going to charge you or ask you for none of that. None of that percentage you're gonna be making. So anyways, get your truck wrapped. Enjoy the trucking industry, man. It's fun. It's fun. There's some slow times, there's some down times, but it's fun. I love it. So those are my two things for you guys. Get your truck wrapped for sure. All right? Thanks for listening to me rant. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the rest of your summer, and peace.